Hello and welcome to the Proposals That Sell webinar. Before we get started, I'd like to take the opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Neal Strauss. I am a top-rated B2B social media strategist and the Upwork Ambassador to Philadelphia. I have been freelancing for about 4 years and am on the continual hunt for the best bagel. Let's take a look at today's agenda. We're first going to review how to set yourself up for success. Then we'll take a look at proposals that sell, and we'll end with examples of successful proposals. If you still have questions after this webinar, then I'd recommend heading over to the Upwork blog and Upwork community. These two resources were incredibly useful to me when I first got started. First, let's talk about working smarter, not harder. Most freelancers spend a lot of time searching for projects and sending out proposals. They aim to send out as many proposals as possible, as quickly as possible. Top freelancers spend less time sending proposals overall, send a lower quantity, but at a higher quality. Now let's talk about setting yourself up for success on Upwork. Think like an entrepreneur. Focus on your expertise. Identify your target market and differentiate. Don't try to be everything to everyone. Develop your niche and build your brand around it. Create a client-centric profile. Make your profile about your clients. How will you help them? Portray yourself as confident and competent expert who can solve the client's challenges. Describe your services and skills with words that clients use in their job posts. List skill tags that reflect your expertise, and leverage all sections of your profile to back up your skills. Complete your profile to 100% and ensure that it is error-free to establish trust and confidence. And lastly, update your profile regularly. 37% of projects posted on Upwork are posted privately as invite only. This means that 37% of people posting the jobs are looking at your profile first. This is how important a great profile is. Your profile is how you present yourself to prospective clients. Grab their interest and set yourself apart from competition, and eventually land new projects. Your profile helps Upwork to match you with the right jobs. A great profile can boost your visibility within search. Leverage all sections of your profile. Establish trust and confidence by completing each and every section. Update all these sections regularly. Use a catchy and descriptive title to pitch prospective clients. Craft a professional yet personable overview. Use a professional profile picture and stand out with an introduction video. Showcase your best work with the portfolio section, even if you're not in design. List your education, employment history, and certifications. Set and update your availability on a regular basis to keep a perfect responsiveness score. Update your profile visibility and evaluate your hourly rate based on your experience. To create a marketplace of trust, freelancers are verifying that they are who they say they are, which is building trust among clients. As part of our efforts to keep Upwork safe, secure, and fraud-free, we periodically ask users to go through identity checks. Freelancers can earn an identity verified badge to display on their Upwork profiles. To earn the badge, eligible freelancers have to successfully pass 2 stages of verification. The first is providing a valid government-issued ID, and the second is completing a video verification call. If you are eligible, you'll be notified upon login to complete the verification process by uploading an official government-issued ID and meeting with us for a short video call. After we've confirmed your identity, the new badge will be displayed on your profile. For more information on ID verified badges, you can check out the Help Center for an article on this topic. How do you search for jobs? Don't filter just by keywords. Look through your full job feed. It really doesn't take that long. Remember, clients sometimes use different words than you do. Don't discount clients just because they're new. And use the Save Search feature to be more efficient. Selecting the right jobs. These are some questions you should ask yourself before deciding on a job to apply to. All jobs are not equal, and freelancers shouldn't try and just blindly submit proposals on every job that comes up in their category. Think about the way you want to use your connects on the platform and which jobs you can complete in an efficient manner and with high quality results. Keep in mind that even if you can technically do the job, ask yourself if you really want to do that job. Ultimately, the want and interest in a job will have an impact on the overall results of the completed project. Now, let's look at some proposals that sell. Here's the proposal that we'll be using as our example for the next few slides. Let's look at the structure of this proposal. It says, "This is what I have done. I can help you do anything. And here's a list of my skills. Pick one that fits your project." Don't just talk about you and your experience. Tell the client how you can help them. Before you start, put yourself in a client's shoes. The goal of a successful proposal is to explain how you will give value. So are your current proposals offering value? Address a client's project or challenge. Mention how you'd approach the project and any key experience that makes you well suited for the job. Ask any key questions you'd like to discuss before starting the project. Stand out among the crowd with personal touches like using the client's name and saying thank you. You can use the upside-down approach for your proposals. 26% of jobs require one or more additional question in your proposal. It's important to take these into consideration when writing your proposal. Well, let's look at how clients see your proposal. Notice what a client sees first. It's your answer to the additional question that they asked. I like using the upside-down approach because it helps me know what the client wants from me. Often these additional questions help me focus my proposal on what the client directly wants to learn. But don't forget your cover letter. If you can do the project well, you can make the client's life easier. Make it easy for them to schedule a call with you. A lot of clients come to Upwork with an incomplete understanding of how their job should be completed. Give them that guidance and establish yourself as a trusted resource. Learn to expect this and spend the time upfront to help clients work through the process. That's a big part of completing successful projects. Here are the top 3 tips for your proposal. First, recognize. Acknowledge the client's unique project and explain why you are capable of solving their problems. 2 is care. Assure the client that you care about helping them succeed. And 3rd is preview. Describe your approach to the project and your working style. Stand out with effort from the start. Proposals should be customized to each and every job post. Sending canned proposals will tell the client that you don't have interest and enthusiasm in their job. Then maybe you have poor client retention, client relation management skills, or you are looking to cut corners instead of delivering great work. Consider creating a proposal template for applying, but only a skeleton. Multiply your chances of getting a response. Have a unique and catchy first sentence which grabs the client's attention. Don't be afraid to give clients some guidance. End your proposal with a specific call to action, and make it easy for them to schedule an Upwork video call with you. Before you click send, let's make sure to remember to keep it short, sweet, and to the point. Focus on the quality instead of the length of the proposal. Reread the job description. Does your proposal match the tone? Does it answer all of their questions? Is it easy to understand your key points? Is there value in your proposal? Double and triple check your spelling and grammar. Would you be interested to learn more after reading your proposal? Here are a few good do's and don'ts of written communication. Please don't use all caps, emoticons, or slang and text shortcuts. But you should use these few things, which are being professional and polite, being concise, and including examples or samples of your work. Put your own personality into your writing style so it isn't too formal or stiff. A balance of professional and personable tone can help create a connection, put the client at ease, and set you apart from the competition. Find your tone of voice and embrace it. Keep it business casual, professional with a friendly vibe. Bidding with a low rate isn't a strategy that will ensure you win the project, regardless of how new you are to the platform. Here's a pro tip. You should make sure your costs are getting covered, but it shouldn't be the driver to setting your rates. You should set your rates according to the value of your services and what the market will bear. Better to set a rate based on market value and then ensure that it more than covers costs for setting your price by starting with the cost. Clients view rate as an indicator of experience level. It's important that it accurately reflects your level of experience. How much should you charge? Consider charging 2 to 5 times what you would get at a traditional job. Why? Because you don't have an employer to pay for your expenses, such as health insurance and benefits. The list goes on. Because if you position yourself as too cheap, you will not attract the best clients. Set your rate according to your skills and experience level, and increase your rate with work experience. If you're unsure where to start, consider searching Upwork to get an idea of what other freelancers with similar experience and skill sets are charging for their work. When you create specialized profiles, you can set a different rate for each service that you're providing. Look for indications from the job post in terms of the client expectations and intent. For example, the budget range, the hourly rate range, the expertise level of the job, whether the client is on a subscription plan. You can see a few examples of the subscription plans here with the Upwork Enterprise Client and Upwork Plus Client tags and the Future Jobs flag. You can propose a different rate than the client sets in the job. Explain why your budget or rate is different. Discuss what's included. You can take a look at Robert Tisdale's article on pricing your services. He helps you break down your expenses to determine the minimum rate and what you need to keep growing. Here's a tip from a very successful freelancer. Making sure your expenses are covered is a great place to start, and you should know how your competitors are pricing themselves. But Danny Margulies says if you want to increase your profit without working incessantly, you need to think beyond price. If you offer the same thing as everyone else, you can compete only on price, he says. To increase your rates, you need to be different and deliver more value than the average freelancer. Here are some other ideas to help you increase your earnings. Adjust your rates specific to each service you provide, and you can do this with specialized profiles. Raise your rates as you grow. Adjust your rate as you gain more experience and expand your skill set. Keep your portfolio updated. Showcase why your rate is higher than X months ago. Learn higher paying skills and leverage current experience to expand into new areas of your work category. Maybe take a negotiation course. Learn how to sell your services and negotiate with clients. And lastly, consider upselling or offering ongoing related services to clients at the end of a project. Here are 4 questions to ask yourself. Do you really need to offer that discount? Are you avoiding clients that seem extremely price sensitive? Are you at the point in a longer-term contract when you can suggest a rate increase? Have you experimented with a higher rate to gauge response? Let's take a look at some real-world examples of how to submit a new proposal cover letter, respond to an incoming invitation, and how to go above and beyond with technical proposals. This is a good example from a number of standpoints. It starts with a greeting specific to the post. The freelancer notes the client's pain point and offers some insight on how to solve it. They expand on their experience in a way that gives more information to the client, so it's still all about them. They give a brief overview of exactly what they will provide and how it will help. They open the door and actively call for an interview without being pushy or presumptuous. This freelancer answers the client-specific question and attaches a couple of examples that directly relate to the assignment. This example shows you how the approach changes when you're responding to an invitation versus submitting a new proposal. Take a look at how this freelancer begins the consultation already. They're not giving away the project or the work, but they are offering advice the client can benefit from. See also how they ask questions and reflect the research effort they've already taken, and to help make sure they're serving the client's needs. Finally, they leave the client with one relevant example and leave the door open to further discussion. This is an example of a technical proposal. For the most part, the structure is very similar. One major difference that can be helpful for technical jobs is the project outline. Some clients are less experienced with managing the types of projects they're hiring you for, so you can add a lot of value by showing that you have a game plan. It also lets you structure the milestones in order to set expectations for how long each step will take, how much each step will cost, and what kind of interaction you'll need from the client from the start to the finish. Let's review some of the key takeaways from this webinar. Don't assume the client has read your profile. Even if they have, they're probably considering several other freelancers and might be feeling overwhelmed. Provide all relevant information while remaining clear and concise. Customize every proposal. People can tell when something is generic cut and paste. Let them know that you've read their details and offer specific feedback. The extra time will be worth it. Respond to screening questions first. This is the first thing clients see, not the cover letter. and it's something they took extra effort to ask for. Make them count. Describe relevant experience to this job. Don't just list your general credentials, but curate a few super relevant details so they can see how you are truly the best fit for the job. Leverage your portfolio to confirm your credibility. You can provide work samples, testimonials, and results, as well as tie examples to your Upwork contracts. Outline your approach and initial plan for the project. When you show that you know how to map out a plan, clients feel they're in the capable hands of a professional and know they can trust you to get the results they need. End your proposal with a specific call to action. Leave things open to further discussion, but don't leave things ambiguous. Propose a meeting time or ask them a specific question they can answer so they know exactly what the next step is. Reread, edit, and consider. Please proofread everything and always consider if you can get your point across with fewer words. Clients appreciate the care and professionalism, and it shows that you not only value your work, but you also value their time. Thank you for joining today's webinar. Again, if you have further questions, I'd recommend checking out the Upwork community, the Upwork blog, and the Help Center. And of course, if you ever have any questions specific to your profile, you can always reach out to Upwork support. Thanks and have a wonderful day.